It's time for Medford Rogues baseball as the Rogues take on the best of the West in the Great West League. Don't miss a minute of the action. Listen to every Medford Rogues game all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com. Now, it's time for Medford Rogues baseball. Calling all the action tonight, here's Jonathan Kerman.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Welcome to Medford Rogues Baseball, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I am Jonathan Kerman on the call tonight. Rogues are on the road. We are in Marysville, California to take on the Marysville Gold Sox. And let me tell you, it is hot. My phone is telling me that it is 105 degrees outside, and I believe it. I caught up with Coach Hogan just a little bit ago to talk about the weather, how to manage the team, and, well, we'll let him say it. I'm here with Coach Hogan. Coach, it's hot outside. How do you manage your players when you're playing in triple-degree weather?
Well, today it was super unfortunate because our bus didn't have AC working on it. So by the end of the 5.5-hour bus trip, everybody, about half the guys had their shirts off, drenched in sweat. Wasn't the most comfortable bus ride down, but you know you got to control the controllables and deal with some adversity, and just like the game of baseball. So today with that happening, we decided, and with the heat, we decided to do a kind of a show and go type today. We still hitting the cages; they're hitting in there right now, actually. But it's a little light work, trying to stay out of the sun, make sure that they're hydrated. Definitely an emphasis on hydration. But yeah, just conserving their energy. It's the grind of a summer. They're already tired playing every day. So in this heat, you just gotta give 100% of what you got, but you also gotta try and conserve as much energy as you can. So we might not even take live BP, the next 3 days. That's kind of what some of the guys are saying. And when we hit in the cages, I like our swings a little bit better, anyways, because we're not trying to see how far the ball's going, and thinking middle up a little more in that too. So it's nice.
Dylan Pierce on the mound for you guys tonight. Had 2 terrific outings so far this season. How are you going to manage him in this weather, and what are you looking for him to build on off those 2 really good starts?
We just look for him to go out there and be Dylan Pierce. We know it's going to be hot. He's going to be sweaty. I think he's very good at being able to control that and control his body, and he knows his body very well. So. He's going to be on a pitch count just like all of our pitchers. We're going to keep a closer eye on him today than we might usually, though, with the heat. Make sure he's hydrated. He had 8 Powerades in his bag, so I know he should be hydrated. So I think he'll be ready and he'll be prepared for the heat, and I know his mentality will be.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Right on. So that was Coach Hogan talking about how to manage his team, how to manage his players when you're dealing with the sun, the heat, and even the bus ride was a bit of a chore. A 5-hour trip down here to Marysville. Sun is obviously shining right now. We have some infield shadows that should become a little more interesting as the night goes on, and also an interesting shadow out in right field. Looks like some trees are creating a very interesting pattern out there in right. So that'll be something to look out for. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after this. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on medfordrogues.com. I am Jonathan Kerman. This live stream is brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues are on the road. We are here in Marysville for a 3-game series against the Marysville Gold Sox.
The Pizza Guys is the official pizza of your
Starting
Marysville
lineups
Gold
for
Sox.
your Medford Rogues. Leading off, shortstop Davis DeLorphis. Second baseman Jaden Hanna. Left fielder making his Rogues debut is Braden Stutzman. Designated hitter Alex Isola hitting fourth. First baseman Dante Gutierrez batting fifth. Sixth is catcher Eric Yang. Seventh is third baseman Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Right fielder Jake Helwig. And then in center, Caleb Smith. We're just about ready to get underway here at Colusa Casino Stadium. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. On the mound for the Marysville Gold Sox, pitcher Sam Leach. Leach sporting some knee-high bright gold socks. Here's his first pitch to DeLorphis. DeLorphis shows bunt, called high and outside, ball one. Defensive positioning for the Gold Sox is as follows. First baseman Brock Efan. Second baseman will be Devin Pettingill. Shortstop Jason DeCochia. Next pitch to DeLorphis is in there for a strike. Count is even one apiece. Third baseman Bo McClintock. Left fielder Caden Golby. Center field is Justin Cooney. And in right is Keaton Glover. 1-1 the count to DeLorphis, just getting underway here at Colusa Casino Stadium. That pitch is swung on, hit softly to the third baseman. He charges, can't make the play, and DeLorphis is aboard on a hit. That was Bo McClintock charging the ball, trying to make a play. It would have been a tough play even if he did collect the ball. So DeLorphis is aboard to lead off this game. Stepping in now, second baseman Jaden Hanna. Just getting underway here at Colusa Casino Stadium. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on medfordrogues.com. Brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. Here's the first pitch to Jaden Hanna. Inside, ball one. The Rogues come in with a record of 12-6. They are in first place in the Great West League. Marysville is 6-11. And they are sixth in the Great West League. Marysville's on a 3-game winning streak. 1-0 the count to Jaden Hanna. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit to the first baseman. Steps on the first base bag, fires it over to second. Not in time to get DeLorphis. So DeLorphis advances on the fielder's choice. The first baseman, Brock Efan, decided to step on the bag himself to get Jaden Hanna. And the Rogues have a runner in scoring position.
Now hitting the left fielder, Guzman.
So that'll bring up Braden Stutzman. Stutzman returns to the Medford Rogues. He played for the University of Oregon as a freshman last year. Looks at a first pitch ball. Count is 1-0. DeLorphis at second, one out here in the top of the first inning at Colusa Casino Stadium. Here's the pitch from Leach. Curveball that drops in there. Called strike to Braden Stutzman. DeLorphis jumps from second. Leach looks back, now fires. That pitch is swung on, hit softly off the first base side. The pitcher, Leach, takes it himself to the bag. DeLorphis advances to third on the play, and Braden Stutzman is retired. So that ball was hit softly to the first base side. The pitcher, Sam Leach, ranging over to make the catch, and his momentum took him straight to the bag, so he just stepped on it himself. So that'll bring up the designated hitter, Alex Isola. Isola hitting .306 on the year. in 12 games. Here's the first pitch. Looks at a strike. Count is 0-1. 2 outs. Davis DeLorfis at third. Here in the top of the first inning. Isola waits. Leach delivers. Pitches down. Count is even 1-1. DeLorfis reached on an infield hit to lead off the game. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Waiting on deck is Dante Gutierrez, the Rogues' first baseman today. Leach set. Comes to the hip, now fires. Another curveball that drops in nicely for a strike. Man, that is a nasty pitch. A lot of movement on that off-speed pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Runner 90 feet away from home for the Rogues. Let's see if Isola can cash in DeLorfis. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side of the field. The right fielder, Keaton Glover, is there to make the catch for the out to retire the Rogues. So we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Rogues get 1 hit, leave a runner. Still no score. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on medfordrogues.com. I am Jonathan Kerman on the call. This live stream is brought to you by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on medfordrogues.com. I am Jonathan Kerman on the call. Brian Schnee is taking this road trip off. On the mound for the Medford Rogues, number 12, Dylan Pierce. Dylan Pierce has pitched fantastically for the Rogues this season, appearing in 3 games, has 19 strikeouts in just 17 1/3 innings, and 1 win. The defensive lineups for the Rogues is as follows.
Now hitting for UC Irvine.
First baseman Dante Gutierrez, second baseman Jaden Hanna, shortstop, Davis DeLorfis, third baseman Clay Valenzuela-Reese, Eric Yang behind the plate. That's your Rogues infield. Devin Pettengill is the first batter for the Gold Sox. He takes a first pitch ball from Dylan Pierce. Count is 1-0. Rounding out the outfield, left field is Braden Stutzman. In center is Caleb Smith. Connor Lowry gets his first night off. Here's the next pitch to Pettengill. That is outside, ball 2. Caleb Smith in center field, and right field, Jake Helwig. 2-0 the counts to Devin Pettengill here in the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Colusa Casino Stadium. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count is 2-1. Pierce sets, comes, fires. That pitch is swung on, hit to the right side of the field, left side of the field, excuse me. That's going to fall in front of Braden Stutzman. Pettengill gunning for 2. He's going to get in there in time. So a leadoff double for Devin Pettingill. And the Gold Sox have a runner in scoring position to lead off their offense.
Now hitting for Menlo College.
Was a looping ball down the left field line that just kept slicing away from Braden Stutzman. And Devin Pettingill has the wheels. He legged it out for a double. Was running right out of the box. So that'll bring up the center fielder, Justin Cooney. Cooney, a right-handed batter facing Dylan Pierce, the righty. Here's the pitch from Pierce. Outside, ball one. No score here in the bottom of the first inning at Colusa Casino Stadium. Medford Rogues taking on the Marysville Gold Sox for a 3-game series. Here's the pitch from Pierce, swung on and missed, strike one. Justin Cooney takes a second to step out of the batter's box, now comes back in. Devin Pettingill on second, looking in. Pierce checks the runner at second, now comes home. That pitch down and in, almost hit Cooney. Cooney just got out of the way. Count is now 2-1. Dalton Maxwell, the designated hitter, is on deck for the Gold Sox. Just getting underway here at Colusa Casino Stadium. No score here in the first inning. Dylan Pierce on the mound for the Rogues. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That is hit sharply to center field. Going back and making the catch is Caleb Smith. That was a terrific play by Caleb Smith out in center field. Advancing on the play is Pettingill, but Caleb Smith had to run a long way to make that one. That was hit deep into the power alley, right in front of the 410 sign. So a loud out for Justin Cooney. It advances Devin Pettingill to third. And the Gold Sox have a runner 90 feet from home with just one out here in the home half of the first. Pierce sets, now fires. Swung on, that is hit over the second baseman's head. That is going to score Pettingill. And the Gold Sox get on the board first. 1-0. The Rogues would like to thank our friends at Fred Meyer. Visit any local Rogue Valley Fred Meyer for the Family Fun Day Sunday Fun Pack. Only available at local Fred Meyer retailers. Fred Meyer, it's a local thing. Stepping in now is the designated hitter Dalton Maxwell. He looks at a first pitch strike. Count is 0-1. Brock Efan takes that first pitch for a strike. Dalton Maxwell is at first. Next pitch squibbles away from Eric Yang, but not too far. Dalton Maxwell holding at first. Dylan Pierce checks the runner at first. Now fires home. Pitch is down. Ball two. 2-1 the count to Brock Efan. Pierce checks the runner at first, now comes home. And that pitch is outside. Count is now 3-1. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Gold Sox on top, 1-0. That pitch is fouled back. Fouled down the first base side. Count is 2-2. Brock Efan hitting .318 on the year for the Gold Sox. Dylan Pierce checks Maxwell at first, now comes home to Efan. He smacks that one to right field, right at Jake Helwig, who jumps, can't make the grab, and it's over his head. So that is a stand-up double for Brock Efan. Dalton Maxwell headed to third. Still just one out here in the the bottom half of the first inning. 2 runners in scoring position for the Marysville Gold Sox. And stepping in now is Bo McClintock, the third baseman.
College, your third baseman, number 33, Bo McClintock.
So runners at second and third for the Gold Sox. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Gold Sox. Here's the first pitch from Pierce. Off speed and in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. Bo McClintock batting an even .400 on the year for the Gold Sox. He's going to step out, take time. Now settles back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So the batter's box and almost all of the third base side foul line is engulfed in shadows. The rest of the field's still in sun. And I promise you, those players feel it. It is a hot one today. Here's the pitch from Pierce. Pitch is outside, low, ball 1. 1-1 the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Runners on first and second for the Gold Sox. Dylan Pierce sets, fires, swung on, fouled back the first base side. Count is 1-2. So Pierce trying to limit the damage here in the first inning. 1 run already across. That was Devin Pettingill. Led off the game with a double. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back as well. And we'll do this again. One and 2 the count to Bo McClintock. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Went around, says the home plate umpire. So that retires Bo McClintock. First strikeout for Dylan Pierce.
Now hitting.
And that'll bring up
University, your shortstop, number 24, Jason Daicochia.
the shortstop for the Marysville Gold Sox, Jason Daicochia. Daicochia, the right-handed batter. Still 2 on, but 2 out now in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Pierce. That one is a fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate. Count is 0-1. Jason Daicochia is batting .250 on the year. Here's the next pitch from Pierce. That is swung on, hit to the third baseman. Clay Valenzuela-Reese fires it over to the first baseman Gutierrez in time to retire the Gold Sox. So they do get one across, but they strand 2. After 1, your Rogues are down 1-0. We're just getting started here at Colusa Casino Stadium. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. We'll be back right after this. welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. And by Fred Meyer, living local. It's a Rogue thing. Top of the second inning here at Colusa Casino Stadium. Rogues are down 1-0. Could have been a lot worse. The Gold Sox had runners at second and third with just one out, but failed to bring them across. Dylan Pierce getting out of the jam there with just one across. Up to bat for the Rogues, Dante Gutierrez. Here's the first pitch from Sam Leach on the outside corner for a strike. So Gutierrez, Eric Yang, the catcher, and Clay Valenzuela-Reese playing third base tonight are the three up for the Rogues here in the the top of the second inning. Here's the next pitch from Leach. That ball is hit down the left field side, and that's going to drop for a hit. Gutierrez is gunning for two. Let's see if he makes it. He is in there in time. Gutierrez with a leadoff double hit in just about the same spot that Devin Pettingill hit his leadoff double back in the bottom of the first inning. Same kind of play. So the Rogues have a leadoff runner at second. Nobody out here in the top half of the second inning. And stepping in now is the catcher, Eric Yang. Eric Yang making just his second appearance with the Medford Rogues. Went 2 for 4 on his debut last night. That first pitch is swung on and hit high, fouled off the first base side. Count is 0-1. Eric Yang's first hit as a Rogue was a double. Jaden Hanna would then bring him around to score with a double of his own. Sam Leach sets, fires. That pitch is high and outside. Count is even, 1 apiece. Gutierrez on second. Had the leadoff double. No outs here in the top half of the second inning. Your Medford Rogues facing the Marysville Gold Sox at Colusa Casino Stadium in sunny Marysville, California. Sam Leach looks back, now comes home. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Count is 1-2. Man, Leach has been dealing with that off-speed pitch. I think he's thrown it 4 times, and each time for a strike, each time looking were the Rogues batters. They just can't pick it up, and I don't blame them. The pitching mound is still in the sun, but the hitter's box and about half of the left side of the infield is covered in shadows. So really difficult to pick up that ball as it's going from the sun to the shadows. That ball is hit well, and it's going to get by the center fielder, Justin Cooney. Did not run that route very well. That's going to be a double for Eric Yang. Coming around to score on the play is Dante Gutierrez, and the Rogues have tied it up here in the top of the second inning, 1 apiece. Justin Cooney tried to cut off that ball, and it just went right by him. He was running laterally to it. Should have been heading back on it. Of course, hindsight is 20/20. It's easy to say from me up in the press box. Counts as a double. Eric Yang on second. Dante Gutierrez comes home at the dish for the Rogues now. Third baseman Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Reese had a 13-game hitting streak that was snapped last night in the Rogues' loss to the Lincoln Potters. Rogues had a 6-game winning streak snapped last night against the Potters. Time to start a new one here today. That next pitch is swung on and fouled back by Reese. Counts even, 1 apiece. One run, 3 hits for the Rogues. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Gold Sox. Leach looks back at Yang, now comes home. Swung on, hit softly to the first baseman in foul ground. That is Brock Efan to retire Clay Valenzuela-Reese. So that's 1 out now here in the top of the second inning. Stepping up for your Rogues, right fielder Jake Helwig.
Now hitting right fielder Helwig.
Jake Helwig batting .284 on the year. One of the regulars for the Rogues, playing in just about every single game. Helwig hailing from Daytona Beach, Florida. Here's the pitch. That ball's in the dirt. Bounced in front of the catcher, J.C. Sattini. Eric Yang danced off the bag, but scampered back when he realized it wasn't going to go far enough away from Sattini to make a play. Runner on second for the Rogues. 1-1 here in the top of the second inning. And Eric Yang goes before the pitch, and now he's caught in a rundown. And he is tagged out. So base running blunder by Eric Yang took off before Sam Leach was set into the windup. So that clears the bases for the Rogues. 2 outs now in the top of the first inning. Still 1-1. Jake Helwig at the dish. Count is 1-1. Sam Leach gets the sign from Sattini, comes set, fires, swung on, fouled back. Count is 1-2. Fans, when we need a window or a screen replaced at the ballpark, the only team we trust are our friends at Bill's Glass. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back again by Jake Helwig. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is your local and affordable window repair service. 1-2 the count to Jake Helwig. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That is high. Ball 2. All knotted up here at Colusa Casino Stadium. Gold Sox got 1 in the first. Rogues answer in the top of the second with 1. Curveball in there for strike 3. Another great curveball by Sam Leach. Gets Jake Helwig, but the tying run does come across. Back-to-back doubles by Dante Gutierrez, and Eric Yang ties up the score at 1 apiece. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. You are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. We'll be back right after this.
At People's Bank, we know that banking doesn't have to be complicated. Good banking happens when we put people first. Here at People's Bank, we're for the people with big dreams. We're here for families working on creating a better life for their children. We're for businesses investing locally to create a better community we're proud to call home. This is Ken Troutman, president of People's Bank. When we put people first, families grow stronger, businesses thrive, and our community flourishes. People's Bank, we put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. 1-1 the count here, 1-1 the score here, bottom half of the second inning. Dylan Pierce still on the mound for your Medford Rogues. It is a hot one today, folks. I hope you're staying cool wherever you are. Batting for the Gold Sox is left fielder Caden Colby. First pitch fouled back. Here's the next pitch from Dylan Pierce. That is high and outside. Count is even, 1 apiece. Gold Sox scored 1 in the first, threatened to score more, but Dylan Pierce got out of a 2-on, 1-out jam to limit the damage to 1. Next pitch is down and low, down and outside, rather. 2-1. Rogues would then answer in the top of the first with back-to-back doubles by Dante Gutierrez and Eric Yang. That next pitch swung on and missed, evening the count to 2 apiece. 1 run, 2 hits for the Rogues. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Gold Sox. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Dylan Pierce. Caden Golby down looking. That'll bring up the catcher,
From St. Mary's College,
J.C. Santini.
number 3, J.C. Santini.
Santini starting off cool to start the year. Batting just .077. First pitch swinging and missed is Santini. See if the weather can't heat him up. Shadows have just about reached the bottom of the pitcher's mound. Next pitch to Santini is outside, ball 1. So the hitters shouldn't have too much difficulty picking up these pitches now. Ball's just about in the shadows for the entire time as soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand. The next pitch swung on, hit to the right field. Jake Helwig is there to make the catch. And there are 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now hitting for the Gold Sox from University of Pacific.
Not a huge crowd on hand tonight. I think, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Looking at about 20 to 30 fans here today. We appreciate those of you coming out, but we understand it's 105 degrees. First pitch to Keaton Glover, the right fielder, is high and outside, ball 1. Well, and that's why you're here with us. Hopefully you're staying cool and you still get a chance to catch your great West League baseball between the Medford Rogues and the Marysville Gold Sox. Next pitch is outside, ball 2. Keaton Glover batting just .154 on the year, also looking to get things going. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch from Pierce. That is high and outside. 3-0 the count. On deck, the leadoff man and lone run scored for the Gold Sox, Devin Pettingill. 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce. That one's over the plate. Keaton Glover was taking all the way on that one. 3-1 the count. Dylan Pierce gets the sign from Yang, sets, fires, swung on and missed. Runs the count full, 3-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 here at Colusa Casino Stadium on a scorcher of an afternoon. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce. That is called strike 3. So Dylan Pierce works back from a 3-0 count with 3 consecutive strikes to get Keaton Glover. That's Dylan Pierce's 3rd strikeout out of the game. That's going to do it for the Gold Sox here in the bottom of the second. We head to the top half of the third. Right after this, you are listening to the Medford Rogues Baseball live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com. I am Jonathan Kerman. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on medfordrogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Stepping up now for the Rogues, center fielder Caleb Smith. Here's the first pitch from Leach. In there for a strike, count is 0-1. Top of the third inning, 1-1 here at Colusa Casino Stadium. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Hope you're staying cool. Here's the next pitch. That is outside. Counts even, 1 apiece to Caleb Smith. Leadoff man Davis DeLorfis on deck. Here's the pitch. That one is just high for ball 2. We're in the third inning now, and I can tell you the sun hasn't let up one bit. Here's the next pitch from Leach. That one is fouled back just past the press box.
Now he's shortstop DeLorfis.
So it was a tight game against LSU. Excuse me. Oregon State against LSU. It was a tight game when we were leaving the hotel to come to the ballpark, but it's 11-0 now. Beavers on top in the top of the 7th inning. Back to this one. Davis DeLorfis takes a first pitch ball. Count is 1-0. Caleb Smith walked to lead off the inning. He's at first base. One and one here in the top of the third inning. Leach fires over to first, not in time. Squeaks away from the first baseman, Brock Efam, but not far enough. Caleb Smith holds. Shadows are creeping ever further out into the field of play. Third baseman is now completely engulfed in shadows. Shortstop playing deep. He's still out in the sun. Next pitch to DeLorfis, in there for a strike. Counts even, 1-1. One run, 2 hits, no errors for the Rogues. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Gold Sox. Dante Gutierrez doubled, and Eric Yang doubled him home back in the second inning. Here's the pitch to DeLorfis. Check swing. Called strike, says the home plate umpire. Count is 1-2 to Davis DeLorfis. Jaden Hanna on deck. No outs, runner at first here for the Rogues. Here's the pitch from Sam Leach, curveball, and that one misses. I think that was his first missed curveball of the afternoon. That's been his strikeout pitch. Counts even, 2-2. Sam Leach checks Caleb Smith. Now comes home. Swung on, hit hard, but foul down the third base line. And we'll do this again. Pitch was inside to DeLorfis. It jammed him. Got all of it, but hit it well foul. So DeLorfis steps back in. Runner on first for the Rogues. Nobody out here in the top of the third inning. A 1-1 game. 1-1 game, excuse me. Here's the pitch. Bounced. Take off is Caleb Smith. He gets in there in time. Caleb Smith didn't run on the throw, but he saw the ball bounce in front of the catcher J.C. Santini and took off and gets in there. So a stolen base for Caleb Smith. Rogues have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Great heads-up play from Caleb Smith. Swung on and missed is the next pitch by DeLorfis. like to take a moment to thank our friends at Alvarez Construction and Home Restoration. Medford Rogues Broadcasting would like to thank you for your support. Here's the pitch to DeLorfis. That is a curveball in there for a strike 3. That's been his strikeout pitch. Davis DeLorfis didn't like it, but it's a called strike 3 for Sam Leach. 1 out now here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Now hitting, second baseman.
Stepping up is the second baseman, Jaden Hanna. Jaden Hanna, a left-handed batter, facing Sam Leach, the right-hander. Caleb Smith on second, walked and stole a base. 1-1 the count, top of the 3rd inning, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Hanna. Down, ball 1. So the pitching mound is now completely engulfed in shadows. The only thing in the sun is Leach's face. Everything else in the shadows. Leach looks back at the runner at second, now comes home. That curveball drops in there for a strike. Man, Rogues are having a tough time picking up that pitch. There's a lot of movement on it. I don't blame them. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Hop on the live chat. Let us know where you're checking in from. We're here at Colusa Casino Stadium in sunny Marysville, California. Hot one. Here today. If the weather report is any indication, the heat's not going to let up once the sun goes down. It's going to stay hot and stay dry. Sam Leach sets, fires home. That pitch is swung on, hit to the center field. It's a shallow ball, and that is going to be the center fielder, Justin Cooney, who makes the catch coming on. Very, very shallow pop fly. Caleb Smith couldn't advance on that one. The center fielder, Justin Cooney, was maybe 3 steps from him when he made that catch. So that'll bring up the left fielder, Braden Stutzman. Runner on second, 2 outs, 1-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. Leach steps off the bag. Caleb Smith scampers back to second. Leach gets sets again. Looks at second, now comes home. First pitch curveball outside. 1-0. Next pitch gets by the catcher Santini. Taking off is Caleb Smith. That is going to advance the runner. It was a wild pitch by Sam Leach. I've been wanting to say Mike Leake every time I read Sam Leach's name. Maybe I'm just too big of a baseball fan. The wild pitch for Sam Leach gets by the catcher J.C. Santini, and the Rogues have a runner 90 feet from home. 2 outs, though, in the top of the 3rd inning. Caleb Smith, the lead run at third. Braden Stutzman, the left fielder, at the dish. Leach sets, comes, fires, curveball in there for a strike. Count is 2-2. Stutzman still looking for his first hit as a Rogue. Be a great time to get one here. Here's the pitch. Inside on the hands. And I believe that runs the count full, 3-2. Leach sets, comes, fires, down and in for ball 4. So, Stutzman earns the walk. The Rogues now have runners on the corners, bringing up the Iceman, Alex Isola.
DH, Isola.
Isola burst onto the scene for this Rogues team, joining the team in their second series. And that pitch is down in the dirt. Nice block by Santini to keep it in front of him. The runners cannot advance. And it's ball 1 to Isola. Isola joined the team on the third series, And if you were with us yesterday, you heard Christian Coronado talk about how Isola has really been a catalyst for this team, how he's handled the pitching staff. Isola is a catcher by trade. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Isola. Swung on, hit through the infield, through the left side of the infield. That is going to score Caleb Smith. Another RBI for Alex Isola. The Iceman delivers again. And the Rogues now lead 2-1 here in the top half of the third inning.
Now hitting from Medford, the first baseman.
So, Braden Stutzman at second. Alex Isola at first. Got the RBI single. Dante Gutierrez, who doubled and scored the first run for the Rogues, steps up. Gutierrez, the left-handed batter, settles in against Sam Leach. 2-1 here in the top of the third inning. 2 outs for the Rogues. First pitch, called strike to Gutierrez. Want to know the count to Alex? 0-1 the count to Alex Isola. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. 2-1. Rogues on top of the Gold Sox. Leach looks back at Stutzman, now comes home. That pitch is hit high, and it's going to be foul just on the third base side, caught by the third baseman, Bo McClintock. So that'll retire the Rogues. They leave 2, but Alex Isola brings home Caleb Smith. And your Rogues are on top as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Your Rogues on top, 2-1 over the Marysville Gold Sox. You are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. You are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Alex Isola singled home Caleb Smith, breaking a 1-1 tie. First pitch from Dylan Pierce to the leadoff man, Devin Pettingill of the Marysville Gold Sox. Called strike. Count is 0-1. Pettingill led off the game with a single a double, excuse me, and then would come around to score. Next pitch to him is outside. Count is even 1-1. Pierce sets, fires, swung on, hit to the second baseman, Hanna. Hanna fires it over to Gutierrez in time to get Pettengill, and just like that, one down here in the bottom of the third inning.
Now hitting for the Gold Sox from Menlo College, your center fielder, number 7, Justin Cooney.
So that'll bring up Justin Cooney, the center fielder. Justin Cooney 0 for 1 on the day, but with a sporting a .338 batting average. Here's the first pitch from Pierce. First pitch down and in, ball 1. So the pitcher's mound and the left side of the field is now completely engulfed in shadows. There's one spot over on the right side where there's still some sun. Next pitch is fouled back. Counts even, 1 apiece. Two to 1 ball game here in Marysville at Colusa Casino Stadium. Dylan Pierce sets, fires, off speed way outside. That one got away from him. Ball 2. Dylan Pierce adjusting the mound, scraping some dirt away. Here's the pitch from Pierce. Swung on, hit down the left field line. It's going to go foul, out of play. Braden Stutzman was there. He was flying down to the foul pole, but it was out of play. No chance for him. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. 2-1, your Medford Rogues over the Marysville Gold Sox. Here's the pitch, down and in. 3-1 now the count to Justin Cooney. On deck for the Gold Sox, Dalton Maxwell. Dylan Pierce sets, fires, swung on, foul down the first base side. Bounces into play, or out of play, excuse me. Count remains 2 apiece. 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Rogues got 1 across on back-to-back doubles by Dante Gutierrez and Eric Yang. And then in the third inning, top of this inning, Caleb Smith walked, stole a base. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce. It is a ball. So, Justin Cooney earns a walk. And the Gold Sox have 1 on here with 1 out. Stepping in now the designated hitter, hitting in the 3-hole, Dalton Maxwell. First pitch to Maxwell, down and in, ball 1. Maxwell singled in Devin Pettengill back in the first inning for the first run for the Gold Sox. 1-0 the count. Pierce fires over to first, nothing doing. Bottom of the third inning, 2-1 Rogues. Dalton Maxwell at the dish. 1 on for the Rogues. That ball bounces by Eric Yang, and that is going to be a wild pitch, and it will advance Justin Cooney. Yang was completely turned around, had no idea where that one was. You can't blame him, though. That ball was bounced far in front of the plate. Pretty good outing for Dylan Pierce so far. 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts. You got to believe this heat is affecting all of the players out there, but especially the pitcher. That sweat on the hand makes it difficult to grip the baseball. Here's the pitch to Maxwell. Swung on and hit on the left side. A little flare. Clay Valenzuela Reese gives chase in the foul territory, but It falls. Would have been a real tough play for Valenzuela-Reese. So we'll reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here at Colusa Casino Stadium. Your Rogues on top, 2-1. Dylan Pierce gets the sign from Eric Yang, checks the runner at second, now comes home. That was hit well right at the shortstop. Davis DeLorfis, who runs over to the second base bag in time to double up Justin Cooney. What a terrific play by Davis DeLorfis. So the unassisted double play by Davis DeLorfis caught the ball in the air and doubled up Justin Cooney, who was dancing off the bag. No runs, no hits for the Gold Sox. Your Rogues are coming up in the top half of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call with you today and throughout the entire week. Rogues are on the road. This is the first game of a 3-game series with the Marysville Gold Sox. The Rogues will then travel to Chico to face the Heat for a 3-game series before returning home on June 26th. Eric Yang, leading things off for the Rogues, takes a first pitch ball. Count is 1-0. Rogues on top, 2-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Rogues, 1 run, 3 hits, and an error for the Gold Sox. Next pitch to Yang is a called strike. Count is even 1-1. Yang doubled in Dante Gutierrez back in the 2nd inning for one of the 2 Rogues runs. Sam Leach on the mound still for the Gold Sox. The next pitch to Yang is a called strike. It was a fastball. Yang was taken all the way. Didn't look like he agreed with the call. Yang taking a deep breath. Now steps into the batter's box. Sam Leach working quickly. Off-speed pitch is outside. 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to Eric Yang. And Valenzuela-Reese will hit next for the Rogues.
On deck for the Rogues, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Here's the pitch from Leach. Swung on, hit through the right side of the field. Second hit of the day for Eric Yang. And the right fielder tries to throw it to the first baseman. It gets by him. The first baseman wasn't expecting it, but the catcher, J.C. Santini, was backing up the first baseman. That could have been trouble. The right fielder, Keaton Glover, saw that Eric Yang was making a big turn, fired it to the first baseman. Brock Efan couldn't pick up the ball. It got by him, but the catcher, J.C. Santini, was there. So it's a single. Eric Yang is at first. Clay Valenzuela-Reese tries to bunt it. It's bunted foul. Count is 0-1 to Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese popped out to the foul ground back in the 1st inning. In the 2nd inning, excuse me. Top of the 4th. Reese showing bunt, this time pulls back and fouls it back. Count is 0-2. Eric Yang at first. Valenzuela Reese at the dish. Jake Helwig, the right fielder, waits on deck. Right-hander Leach looks at first base. Now comes home. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back again by Reese. And we'll do this again. No outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Leadoff man on for the Rogues. Clay Valenzuela Reese at the dish, but down 0-2. Here's the count. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Valenzuela Reese ahead of that one. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Jake Helwig.
Now hitting right fielder Helwig.
Jake Helwig batting .280 on the day, struck out back in the 2nd inning. Struck out looking on a terrific curveball from Sam Leach. He's been throwing a lot of those. First pitch is a fastball in the outside corner, called a strike. Count is 0-1. Eric Yang at first. 1 out here. Top half of the 4th inning. Your Rogues are on top 2-1 here at Colusa Casino Stadium. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Sam Leach gets the sign. The pitch is swung on, hit to the first baseman, fires it over to second base in time, back to first base to double up Jake Helwig. Great play by Brock Efan and Jason Dicochia. That's a tough one. No matter how you say the name, it's a double play. After Eric Yang leads the inning off with a single, Rogues fail to bring him home. No score, 1 runner left on. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on medfordrogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts, and our local Rogue Valley, Fred Myers. Living local, it's a Rogue thing. Fred Meyer. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening. Hope you're staying cool in the midst of this heat wave. Bottom of the 4th inning, Brock Efan, who turned the double play to end the top of the 4th inning, up to bat, looks at the first pitch ball. Count is 1-0. 2-1 Rogues in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pierce sets. That pitch is inside again. Ball 2. Next pitch from Pierce. Inside again, so 3 straight balls from Dylan Pierce to Brock Efan, the first baseman. Pierce sets, fires, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Brock Efan, and that'll warrant a quick mound visit from the catcher, Eric Yang. That'll bring up the third baseman, Bo McClintock. McClintock struck out back in the 2nd inning. Again, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. Thank you, Laura. So glad to hear that you're listening in from Jacksonville, back in the Rogue Valley. No, we like to hear from you, and if you have any suggestions, comments, or criticisms for us, the Rogues broadcast team, we do really appreciate it. First pitch to Bo McClintock is down and outside, ball 1. I know the thing that we're hearing most is the music, and I completely understand where you guys are coming from. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce. That one's high as well. So now 6 straight walks from Dylan Pierce. Dylan Pierce takes off his hat, fans himself, and settles back in. Got to imagine the heat is getting to these players. Here's the next pitch. That one is a called strike on the outside corner. 2-1 to Bo McClintock. So the issue with the music in between innings is that it has to be royalty-free. If it's music that we are technically not allowed to use, our streams will be taken down. Next pitch is fouled back. Counts even 2 apiece. However, if you have, or if you know someone who is in a local band, wants to get their name out, feel free to send us some of their music. We would love to play it in between innings. We'd give them the credits in our YouTube comments, anything to switch up the music for you guys. Next pitch is swung on, fouled back. Count stays 2-2. I did my best to find a collection of royalty-free music, but even 100 or so songs, when you hear them every single day, they get old. So I'd love to take this opportunity, use this live stream as a platform to see if we can give some local bands some love. Just something to think about. Next pitch to Bo McClintock is down, and the count is full, 3-2. Nobody out. Brock Efan, who walked on 4 pitches, is at first base. That next pitch is fouled back again. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat for Bo McClintock. McClintock batting from the right side. Pierce sets, fires, swung on. That's hit to right field. Jake Helwig coming on, makes the catch. And he tries to double off the runner at first. Brock Efan way overthrows it. The catcher, Eric Yang, had to jump to make that catch. That was quite a throw from Jake Helwig. He has a cannon out there in right field. Just needs to learn how to reel it in and make that accurate. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1, your Rogues on top of the Marysville Gold Sox here at Colusa Casino Stadium. Runner still at first. Jason Daicochia at the plate and takes a first pitch strike. Daicochia grounded out back in the 1st inning. His 2nd at-bat of the day against Dylan Pierce. Pierce looks at first, comes home, swung on, fouled back. Count is quickly 0-2 to Daicochia. Medford's own Dylan Pierce on the mound. Bottom of the 4th inning for your Rogues. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit high, shallow though. Center fielder, no, it's going to be the right fielder. Jake Helwig comes on, makes the catch. Checks back the runner at first. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up left fielder Caden Goldby.
From Yavapai Community College, your left fielder, number 16, Caden Goldby.
Not a lot of fans here at Colusa Casino Stadium, but they are loud, and that's what we love to see. Enthusiastic fans who are just excited to see some baseball. Dylan Pierce sets, ready to fire to Goldby. First pitch is called strike at the knees, 0-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Your Rogues on top, 2-1 over the Marysville Gold Sox. Goldby, the right-handed batter. Brock Efan at first. Next pitch swung on, fouled down the 3rd base side. Count is 0-2. Lights are starting to come on here at Colusa Casino Stadium. The field is just about completely engulfed in shadows. Next pitch is a drop third strike that Eric Yang picks up, fires over to the first baseman, Dante Gutierrez, to get Goldby. That is the 4th strikeout for Medford's own Dylan Pierce. And after 4 innings, your Medford Rogues are on top 2-1 here at Colusa Casino Stadium. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this quick break. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com. Brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the 5th inning, 2-1, your Rogues on top. That was Caleb Smith, that was Caleb Smith with the first pitch swing. Popped it up to the shortstop, Jason DiCochea. And just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out, top of the 5th inning for the Rogues. That'll turn the lineup over for Davis DeLorphis.
Now hitting shortstop DeLorphis.
2 runs, 4 hits for the Rogues. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Gold Sox. Davis DeLorphis at the dish, 1 out, top of the 5th inning. That first pitch is a called strike. 0-1 the count. So the field is completely engulfed in shade. Here's the next pitch from Sam Leach. Swung on and fouled back, 0-2 to DeLorphis. And it is starting to cool down here in Marysville. Admittedly, it is getting a lot cooler. The temperature now, an even 100 degrees. 0-2 the count to Davis DeLorphis. In a 1-run game, top of the 5th inning, 1 out. And DeLorphis steps out of the batter's box. He'll take time, and will take time, to talk to you about Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Visitors from all over the world make it to the Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. The next pitch to DeLorphis is outside, ball 1. For over 59 years, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions has run trips up and down the wild and scenic Rogue River. Dine at the exclusive OK Corral. Enjoy delicious handmade barbecue. Next pitch to Davis DeLorphis. Off speed, high and outside. Ball 2. Upstairs inside of Hellgate's exclusive store is the Shop River Rock gift store, where you will find more than 6,000 square feet of gifts, home decor, all personally selected for their originality and quality. Next pitch to DeLorphis, outside, ball 3. Full count to Davis DeLorphis, 1 out, top of the 5th inning. Sam Leach on the mound for the Gold Stocks. Fires, swung on and missed by DeLorfus. Strike 3. So 2 outs now. Top of the 5th inning. I'd like to thank the Frost family for checking in from Redmond, Oregon. Always a pleasure to have you guys here.
Second baseman, Hannah.
Stepping in now for the Rogues is the second baseman, Jaden Hanna. Two outs, top of the 5th inning. Jaden Hanna up at the plate. No one on for the Rogues, but they are leading 2-1. Been a scrappy ball game so far. Gold Sox got 1 in the first. Dylan Pierce got out of a jam, limiting the damage to only 1. Rogues got 1 in the second on back-to-back doubles by Dante Gutierrez and Eric Yang. And then 1 in the third, Alex Isola singling home Caleb Smith. First pitch to Hanna is a called strike, 0-1. Jaden Hanna 0 for 2 on the day. Swings at that pitch, fouled back. Strike 2 to Jaden Hanna, who is batting .333 on the year and has a modest 6-game hitting streak that he's looking to add on to today. Sam Leach gets the sign from J.C. Santini. And took too long for Jaden Hanna's liking. He steps out of the bag. Jaden Hanna going to school at Lane Community College from Portland, Oregon. Right-handed hitter. Excuse me, left-handed hitter. He check swings, it hits off the bat, foul. So Hanna stays alive. We'll do this again. Jaden bats left-handed but throws right-handed. A very interesting combination. Actually, the opposite of myself. I bat right-handed and throw left-handed, which I've been told by the players is very weird. Here's the next pitch to Jaden Hanna. Swung on, a little blooper. Down in left field, the shortstop makes the catch. That was Jason Dicochea who makes the catch, retiring the side for the Rogues. So the Rogues go down in order in the top of the 5th inning. We head to the home half of the 5th. Rogues on top, 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call for you tonight. And for the next few nights, I'm on the road with the Rogues while Brian has the week off. First pitch from Dylan Pierce, who's still on the mound, to the catcher J.C. Santini is a called strike. Home half of the 5th inning, 2-1, Rogues on top. Next pitch from Pierce. That one swung on, hit high down the first base line. Is that going to stay in play? Yes, Dante Gutierrez makes the catch in foul ground to retire Santini. So 2 pitches, 1 out here.
Now hitting from the University of the Pacific,
And that'll bring up the right fielder, Keaton Glover. Keaton Glover, right-handed batter. One of the 4 strikeout victims for Dylan Pierce so far in this game. Pierce gets the sign from Yang. Shows bunt, pulls back, called strike. 0-1 to Glover. Valenzuela-Reese, playing third base, was charging hard. Next pitch is inside. Counts even 1-1. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Dylan Pierce on the day. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. To the right fielder, Keaton Glover. Waiting on deck, Devin Pettingill, who led off the game, led off the home half of the first inning with a double and would eventually score the Gold Sox lone run. Next pitch is outside, gets away from Eric Yang. Count is even at 2 apiece. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Your Rogues on top, 2-1. Rogues getting those 2 hits, those 2 runs on 4 hits, Gold Sox have 1 run on 3 hits and an error. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce, fouled back. Staying alive is Keaton Glover. We'll do this again. Back in the 4th inning, it looked like Dylan Pierce was laboring a little bit. He threw 6 consecutive balls, managed to get out of the inning, and he's back out there. Next pitch is inside, and the count runs full, 3-2. Pierce sets, fires, 3-2 pitch, swung on, foul back at the hands. We'll do this again. So Keaton Glover staying alive. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And you have to imagine Dylan Pierce is on some sort of pitch limit. I imagine all the pitchers are playing in 100-degree weather. Here's the next pitch. That ball is hit to the shortstop, Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis fires high over Dante Gutierrez's head. So that's going to be a throwing error on Davis DeLorfis. He airmailed that one right into, well, on top of the Gold Sox dugout. And so walking to second is Keaton Glover.
Back to the top of the order for the Gold Sox.
We'll see if they rule that a single or not.
Number 25, Devin Pettingill.
They do give the error to DeLorfis. So Keaton Glover at second, and the leadoff man, Devin Pettingill, steps in. Left-handed batter, Dylan Pierce sets, fires. First pitch, down, ball 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Gold Sox have the tying run in scoring position. Pierce looks back at second, now comes home. Outside again, ball 2. And it looks like Taylor Frost is getting stretched out down in the Rogues bullpen. Dylan Pierce looks back at second, looks back again, now comes home. Pitch is swung on, hit sharply right at Gutierrez, who makes a great play. That ball was smoked by Devin Pettingill. Great play by Dante Gutierrez. Gets the 1 out. Keaton Glover didn't even have a chance to get off the bag at second. So he's still there. But 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that will bring up Justin Cooney Silk, the center fielder. That ball was crushed by Devin Pettingill. Just happened to go right at Dante Gutierrez. And that's the fun of baseball. You can hit one right on the laces, and it's just an out. First pitch to Justin Cooney Silk is a called strike. Counts 0-1. Keaton Glover at second. 1-run game. Your Rogues on top, 2-1 here at Colusa Casino Stadium in Marysville, California. Dylan Pierce looks at second. Looks back again, now comes home. Pitch bounces in the dirt. Great stop by Eric Yang, keeping that ball in front of him. Keaton Glover had nowhere to go. So 1-1 the count now. Tying run in scoring position for the Gold Sox. Should Cooney Silk reach, Dalton Maxwell, the designated hitter, who has the lone RBI for the Gold Sox, is on deck. Dylan Pierce comes home. Down and in, ball 2. So it looked like Frost was getting loose. Doesn't appear to be doing much now. Coach Hogan going to ride with Dylan Pierce, the local rogue. Pierce sets, fires, comes home, fouled back. We'll do this again. So the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner on second, 2-1, your Rogues on top. I love that phrase, the deuces are wild. Vince Scully used to say that all the time. Cooney Silk gets set, left-handed batter. Dylan Pierce takes a quick look back at second, now comes home. That ball is hit softly to the first baseman. Gutierrez makes the play. Pierce over in time to retire Cooney Silk. So, no runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base for the Marysville Gold Sox. Rogues still on top, 2-1. We head to the top of the 6th inning. You are listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com. I am Jonathan Kerman. This live stream is brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. 2-1 game here in the top of the 6th inning. Braden Stutzman, the left fielder, steps in to lead things off for the Rogues. Sam Leach still on the mound for the Potters. Here's the first pitch. High looping curveball that is high. Ball 1. You know, I am very, very impressed with these 2 pitchers, Sam Leach and Medford's own Dylan Pierce. It is hot out there. It cannot be easy, and both of them going to go into the 6th innings. That ball is hit well into right center field. The center fielder is there, makes the catch. That was Justin Cooney Silk out in center field to retire Dante Gutierrez. So 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up catcher Eric Yang.
Hitting for the Rogues, the DH, Isola.
Excuse me. Designated hitter Alex Isola. Isola with one of the called time by Sam Leach. So that pitch will not count. Alex Isola singled in Caleb Smith, the leading run as it stands right now for the Rogues back in the 3rd inning. Here's the first pitch to Isola. That one's hit well to right center field. Right center fielder Cooney Silk going back and makes the catch again. Just about the same spot as Gutierrez hit it. Braden Stutzman. So 2 loud outs for the Medford Rogues. Braden Stutzman and Alex Isola both hitting long fly outs to right center field. That'll bring up Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez has 1 hit and scored. He and Eric Yang had back-to-back doubles back in the 2nd inning. That would tie this game up at 1. Still an even 100 degrees here at Colusa Casino Stadium. First pitch to Gutierrez is in there for a strike, 0-1. I really do have to commend both starting pitchers, Dylan Pierce and Sam Leach. What they've been doing here today is nothing short of impressive. Next pitch to Gutierrez. That one is a called strike as well. 0-2 to Dante Gutierrez. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Your Rogues are on top, 2-1. No one on for the Rogues. Here's the pitch from Sam Leach. That one's outside, 1-2.
Here it's 2-1 Medford over Marysville. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Leach would really like to get Gutierrez out here. He's top of the base, the catcher Yang.
Gutierrez steps back into the batter's box. Sam Leach sets, fires. That one is down and in. Count runs even, 2-2. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com. We're here in Marysville taking on the Marysville Gold Sox at Colusa Casino Stadium. Here's the pitch from Sam Leach. Curveball that hits him. Slow curveball that Gutierrez kind of turned into. It's a hit batter. Not sure if Gutierrez meant to do that on purpose, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Savvy play by Dante Gutierrez. So he's aboard with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up catcher Eric Yang, who is 2 for 2 on the day. Has an RBI double and a single. Eric Yang has been hot for the Rogues since joining the team just yesterday. Batting .667. So Gutierrez at first, Eric Yang at the dish. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. First pitch swinging for Eric Yang, and it's going to fall. So another hit for Eric Yang. He is 3 for 3 on the day. Runners now at first and second for the Rogues. That'll bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Now hitting third baseman Reese.
In my haste, I forgot to mention the Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report. Jordan Reagan, starting pitcher for the Medford Rogues, did not make the trip with the team. He is staying back. Has a little bit of elbow discomfort on his left elbow. We have a quick mound visit for Sam Leach. No movement in the bullpen just yet, so probably just a quick conversation. Seeing how they want to handle Clay Valenzuela-Reese with 2 on and 2 out. Now, I love going on the road. But when I'm home in the Rogue Valley, the place that I stop by is Mary's Barbecue. Delicious, slow-cooked, tender barbecue meats. It is by far one of the best barbecue stops I have ever had in my entire life. If you're in the area or if you're local, stop by Mary's Barbecue Place in both Medford and Central Point. Sam Leach getting the sign from J.C. Santini to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. First pitch is a strike, called strike, and Santini's going to go out and have a quick conversation with the pitcher. Looks like there might have been some confusion on the pitch. Dante Gutierrez at second, Eric Yang at first. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at the dish. 2-1 game, top of the 6th inning, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high on the first base side. We'll see if it's playable. And it is a basket catch made by the first baseman, Brock Ethan, to retire the Rogues. So 2 runners get on. They leave 2. No runners come across. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your Rogues still on top, 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com. Brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Home half of the 6th inning, Rogues on top 2-1. Dylan Pierce still on the mound for the Rogues. Dalton Maxwell, the designated hitter, leads things off. Looks at a first pitch ball. Maxwell singled home the only run of the game for the Gold Sox thus far. Next pitch is outside, 2-0 to Maxwell. Maxwell singled home Devin Pettingill, who led the game off with a double for the Gold Sox. Next pitch to Maxwell is fouled back, 2-1 the count. Some action in the Rogues bullpen. That is Taylor Frost, all the way down there by the 325 sign in left field, getting loose. Dylan Pierce still trooping, though. Next pitch, swung on, hit down the left field line. The left fielder, Stutzman, comes over, he almost made an excellent play, excellent attempt at the play in foul ground. Completely laid out was Braden Stutzman, did not make the catch.
That would have been a great, incredible play from Stutzman had he caught it.
Thank you to Jordan Reagan for joining us on the live stream. Yes, Jordan, Kevin is in fact playing. Kevin has actually been incredible for the Rogues today. Kevin has all 5 hits for the Rogues, scored both runs, has the 2 RBIs, and is pitching a terrific game too. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed is Maxwell. That is strike 3. Another strikeout for Dylan Pierce. His 5th of the game. That'll bring up Brock Ethan. First pitch, Ethan swings. It's deep to right field, but playable. Right there is Jake Helwig. Just like that, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ethan got just a little bit underneath it. And we've seen some home runs here at Colusa Casino Stadium, despite this being a huge ballpark. The fences are even higher here than they are at Harry and David Field. Saw a Jake Gazzo and a Jake Helwig home run here earlier in the season when the Rogues were taking on the Yuba City Bears. Bo McClintock steps in, first pitch swinging, fouls it back. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, Bob, in the 6th inning. Rogues on top, 2-1. Next pitch, in there for a strike. Dylan Pierce quickly ahead of the batter, 0-2. You know, it's so great to have this live chat here. It's not something that every broadcaster can get. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce. That one is high, 1-2. You know, most broadcasts, you have the broadcaster, maybe a play-by-play, a color commentary guy, and they're having a conversation, and then that's pretty much it. But we have the opportunity to really have a conversation. Next pitch is called, strike 3. Dylan Pierce with another strikeout, his 6th of the game. So the Gold Sox go down in order. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Your Medford Rogues are on top of the Marysville Gold Sox, 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I am Jonathan Kerman on the call. Brian Schnee has the week off. We'll be back with the top of the 7th inning right after this. You are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call tonight. Top of the 7th inning, Medford Rogues on top of the Marysville Gold Sox, 2-1. Stepping in is Jake Helwig. Helwig is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Here's the first pitch from Leach, swung on and fouled back. Count is 0-1 to Jake Helwig. I'd like to take a minute to talk about Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration. Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration has been building and remodeling homes in Southern Oregon since 1986. Here's the pitch from Jake Helwig to Jake Helwig, swung on and missed, 0-2. As the largest and most trusted home restoration company in Southern Oregon, Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration specializes in fire damage restoration and water damage restoration in Medford, Central Point, Ashland, and the surrounding areas. Next pitch to Jake Helwig, high and outside, 1-2. Contact them at 541-727-7340 or visit them online at www.alvarezrestoration.com. 1-2 the count to Jake Helwig, top of the 7th inning, 2-1 Rogues on top. Looping curveball, Jake Helwig fights it off, and we'll do this again. That curveball has been deadly. Game has really zipped by. I mean, we're already in the top of the 7th inning, and it's not even 9 p.m. Certainly feels like the middle of the day, still 100 degrees here in Marysville. That pitch is hit well to left field. The left fielder is back, makes the catch. And Jake Helwig is retired. That was the left fielder, Caden Goldby, out there making the nice play. So, 1 down, top of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up center fielder Caleb Smith. Smith, the right-handed batter, walked back in the 3rd inning and would eventually come around to score on an Alex Isola single. Caleb Smith is the leading run right now. First pitch, looked at strike, count is 0-1. So glad to hear that the Frost family is staying frosty in the comfort of their air-conditioned living room. The press box is also air-conditioned, so I'm doing just all right as well. That pitch is hit sharply to the third baseman. Nice play, picked up, fired over to first in time to get Caleb Smith. Nice play by the third baseman, Bo McClintock. I am so sorry to hear that, Laura. Not a great day. It's it always seems to be the real scorchers when you realize, shoot, my air conditioning doesn't work. Glad at the very least that you can sit outside. I mean, now that the sun's down, it should start to cool down. It's cooled down here in Marysville. It used to be 105. Now we're down to a nice, cool 100 degrees. Stepping in is Davis DeLorfis. He smacks that one through the gap, through left field, and that is going to be a double. So DeLorfis rocking at the dish. He's been one of the Rogues' hottest hitters all year, and he spanked that one by the center fielder, Justin Cooney Silk. So 2 outs, runner on second. Jaden Hanna at the dish looking to get some insurance for the Rogues.
Now hitting Hanna.
And quite possibly a triple for him, but yes, you're right, that slowing down of the ball really gave Colby a chance to get to it. So now here comes
Jaden Hanna 0 for 3 on the day, but batting .324 on the year. Davis DeLorfis at second, 2 outs, top of the 7th inning, 2-1 game. That pitch hits the ground. The catcher, J.C. Santini, tries to back pick Davis DeLorfis back at second. On the dive, the ball hits DeLorfis in the helmet and caroms into right field. So DeLorfis advances to third on a very strange play. That took a second for me to process everything that just happened right there. So the ball was in the dirt. DeLorfis danced off a little bit. The catcher, J.C. Santini, picked up, fired over to second. DeLorfis diving back to the bag. The ball hit him on the head, bounced into right field. DeLorfis stood up and ran over to third. So now the Rogues have a runner in just 90 feet from home with Jaden Hanna at the dish, 2 out. He swings and misses at that pitch. 1-1 the count to Hanna. An insurance run for the Rogues just 90 feet from home. Here's the pitch. That is a called strike at the knees, 1-2. Jaden Hanna taking a second to collect himself. Down in the count, 1-2. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Davis DeLorfis at third. Rogues on top. Looking to tack on one more. And now the home plate umpire is going to call time. Looks like he has some sweat beating down his eyes. And you know what? I don't blame him. I think everyone's just going to take a second to collect themselves. And I think we are too. Baseball is one of those great sports where it just reminds you to just step back, take a breath, and then dive back in. We're all set. Here's the pitch from Leach. That one is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Santini. DeLorfis has to stay at third. And the count evens up at 2 apiece. So we're all set to do this again. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. Runner at third, 2-1 Rogues. Here's the pitch. That is just outside. Full count to Jaden Hanna. So DeLorfis will be running on the pitch. Not that it matters too much, but here we go. Leach sets, fires, curveball. Just outside. That's been his money pitch all day, but he misses there. And Jaden Hanna scampers over to first base. Runners at the corners for the Rogues. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Braden Stutzman. So glad to have the Frost family Laura Osman, Jordan Reagan, local legend BG Gold, I'm sure is listening in. Not exactly a close game for the Beavers, is it? Stepping in, Braden Stutzman looks at a first pitch curveball ball, 1-0. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Rogues on top, 2-1. Davis DeLorfis at third, Jaden Hanna at first. Braden Stutzman trying to tack on some insurance for the Rogues. One-run games are always very dicey. That's part of the fun of baseball. Here's the pitch. Another curveball. That one drops in for a strike. 1-1. So Sam Leach is still out there. Both of these starting pitchers have gone the distance. They have put in their work. Pitching into the 7th inning in 100-plus degree weather. I mean, it's just spectacular. Next pitch swung on and missed by Braden Stutzman. Count as 1-2. Jaden Hanna took a big lead, but then ran back over to first. On deck for the Medford Rogues, the Iceman, Alex Isola. 1-2 the count to Braden Stutzman. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Sam Leach gets the sign from the catcher that is high. Hanna takes off for second, and no way was he going to get there. Jaden Hanna took off about as at the same time as the catcher, Santini, caught the ball. So a really, really late jump by Jaden Hanna. I'm not sure if some signs got crossed up or what, but Hanna is gunned down at second. That will end the threat for the time being. We head to the 7th inning stretch here at Colusa Casino Stadium. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com. On the other side of the break, we have a pitching change. Dylan Pierce's night is done. Dylan Pierce pitched 6 innings, giving up just 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. On in relief, number 8, Taylor Frost. We'll be back right after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I am Jonathan Kerman on the call for you this evening. On the other side of the break, I did say that it was Taylor Frost coming in on relief. I was mistaken. Pitching for the Rogues is number 8, Scotty Wright. So I apologize, Frost family. I was excited for you guys. I wanted them to get Taylor out there, but it's Scotty Wright in on relief of Dylan Pierce, who pitched a terrific ball game, about as well as you could ask a guy to pitch in 105-degree heat. 6 innings, 3 hits, just 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts for Dylan Pierce. A gutsy performance, really, by both of these pitchers tonight. Sam Leach for the Marysville Gold Sox has gone 7 innings, giving up just 2 earned runs, striking out 4. So you have to imagine that both managers are very pleased with their starting pitchers this evening. Leading things off for the Gold Sox in the home half of the 7th inning, Jason DiCochea.
Well, welcome back to Colusa Casino Stadium. Tycoon here along with Todd Cunin.
Quick conversation by Eric Yang and Scotty Wright. And we're ready to get started. Scotty Wright, hailing from Vero Beach, Florida, pitches for Colorado Christian. Right-hander, 6'2", 195 pounds. First pitch to DiCochea is low, ball one. And I'm being told DiCochea is the correct pronunciation. Having real difficulty with that one. Next pitch to DiCochea is a strike. Counts even 1-1. Rogues on top, 2-1, bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a pitch from Wright. Low. 2-1 the count to Jason DiCochea. Next pitch, that one is hit well to right field. Helwig is going over, but it's going to be Caleb Smith, the center fielder, who makes the catch to retire DiCochea. Stepping in out of the batter's box is Caden Goldby. Goldby 0 for 3 on the day. Not a lot of hits allowed by Dylan Pierce this evening. First pitch to Goldie, swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Scotty Wright. Counts 0-1. One out here, bottom of the 7th inning. Your Rogues on top, 2-1. Next pitch from Wright is down and away, ball one. Scotty Wright throwing all fastballs so far. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high. It's a towering, shallow pop fly. 3 Rogues are under it. None of them make the catch. Fouled. It was a foul ball. Eric Yang, Scotty Wright, and Clay Valenzuela-Reese were all sprinting to that ball. None of them made the catch. Thankfully, there was no collision. No one got hurt. And we'll do this again. So 1-2 the count to Caden Goldby. Next pitch from Scotty Wright is a off-speed pitch that is high. Ball 2. Ball 3 now, excuse me.
Next pitch misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Caden Goldby. Right with the pitch.
Right, set, swing and a miss. Strike 3, first strikeout for Scotty Wright. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, J.C. Santini. Santini is 0 for 2 on the day. Batting just .067 on the year. But with those low batting averages, just takes 1 hit to bump that back up. First pitch to Santini is high, ball 1. Again, you are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Next pitch from Scotty Wright, swung on and missed. 1-1 the count.
Looks like the Gold Sox have some activity going on in their bullpen, so we may see a new pitcher from them.
And there's a Gold Sox pitcher warming up in the bullpen, so that probably means the end of the night for Sam Leach. Just a terrific performance by both of the starting pitchers today. Next pitch is an off-speed pitch that catches the outside corner for a strike. What a terrific pitch by Scotty Wright. You see him throwing those high 80s fastballs, then comes back with a low 70s off-speed pitch. Nothing you can do about that as a hitter. 1-2 the count to Santini. That pitch is a breaking ball down, 2-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Rogues on top, 2-1. Rogues getting those 2 hits on 6 runs. Getting those 2 runs on 6 hits and have recorded 1 error. That pitch is hit through the left side of the field, That is a hit for J.C. Santini. was a slow roller that just squeaked by in between Clay Valenzuela-Reese and Davis DeLorfis. So a 2-out single for J.C. Santini, and that'll bring up Keaton Glover, the right fielder. Maybe I jinxed the Rogues, but with that hit, J.C. Santini doubled his batting average. Stepping in now is Keaton Glover. He looks at a first pitch strike from Scotty Wright. 0-1 the count. One on for the Gold Sox here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Scotty Wright gets the sign, deals. That ball is fouled back just by the press box. 0-2 quickly to Keaton Glover. Sky is just about pitch black here in Marysville, but the heat stays. Throw over to first, not in time to pick off J.C. Santini. He's back standing. Scotty Wright getting the sign from Eric Yang. Sets at the hip. Winds, fires. That ball is hit softly to the second baseman. Diving play made by the second baseman, Jaden Hanna, to record the final out of the 7th inning. So, one hit, no runs come across for the Gold Sox. One runner left on base. We head to the top half of the 8th inning. Your Rogues still on top by a score of 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Thank you so much to Michael Newman and the Newman Group for sponsoring our broadcast. Evergreen Home Loans, your local home loan experts. We'll be back right after this.
What's that looking around your seat?
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. 2-1, top of the 8th inning, your Rogues on top. Braden Stutzman looks at a first pitch ball. Count is 1-0. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Rogues. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Gold Sox. Pitching change for the Marysville Gold Sox. The next pitch is high and outside. to Braden Stutzman. New pitcher for the Marysville Gold Sox, Lincoln Clayton, pitches for BYU. So both starting pitchers' nights are done, and just two really terrific performances by both pitchers. Next pitch is high and outside, 3-0 to Braden Stutzman. Both pitchers going the distance, giving quality starts, pitching in 105-degree heat. That was something spectacular to see. That pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. I think that stuff like that is what separates the casual baseball fan from us hardcore fans. The casual fan is like, oh, yeah, 2-1 game, kind of boring, not a lot of scoring. Next pitch is swung on, hit high to right field. Not going to be very deep. The right fielder, Keaton Glover, is there to make the catch to retire Braden Stutzman, 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. On its face, doesn't seem like that much of an achievement, but for us baseball junkies, that is really something special. Been a quick game. Both pitchers working very fast. Imagine wanting to get out of this heat, and I don't blame them. That brings up Alex Isola, the Iceman. First pitch to Isola is high and outside, ball 1. Isola batted in what is now the lead run back in the 3rd inning. That next pitch is looked at and is a strike, 1-1. Two to 1, your Rogues on top here in the top of the 8th inning. With just 1 out, Isola hits it well. Is that going to fall? No, the shortstop, Daikochia, is there to retire Alex Isola. Just like that, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Dante Gutierrez, the first baseman.
Now hitting the first baseman, Gutierrez.
Dante Gutierrez doubled back in the 2nd inning and scored when Eric Yang, who hits behind him, waiting on deck, doubled him home. Hasn't been much, but it's been enough so far. First pitch from Lincoln Clayton is in the dirt, ball 1 to Dante Gutierrez. Dante Gutierrez, 1 for 2 on the day, hit by a pitch. Takes ball 2. Two and 0, 2 outs here. Top of the 8th inning, your Rogues on top, 2-1 at Colusa Casino Stadium. That call is a called strike. 2-1 now to Gutierrez. Clayton getting the sign from J.C. Santini. Fires. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Deuces are wild now here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. Nobody on for the Rogues. Next pitch is taken for a ball. Full count here in the top of the 8th inning. See, we have a couple generations of Floyds here with us. Thank you, James and James, for joining us. Full count to Dante Gutierrez. Nobody on for the Rogues. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit sharply, but fouled down the first base line. I've been fortunate enough here in Marysville to be sitting in an air-conditioned press box. But rest assured, it is still very, very hot outside. The sun is completely set now. So at least the beating of the sun, the burn, really is the best way to describe it, isn't there? Gutierrez hits one down the left field line. Giving chase is the left fielder, Caden Goldby, in foul ground. Can't make the play. And so we'll do this again. Yeah, it's one thing when the air around you is hot, but when the sun is just beating down on you and it's to the point of almost physical pain. I mean, that's the kind of heat we were talking about here in Marysville. And I'll tell you, there's no relief in sight. It's going to be hot this entire series. Next pitch, high and way outside. Easy take for Dante Gutierrez, and he walks. Reaches base for the third time today. And that'll bring up catcher Eric Yang, who has been the hottest hitter since he joined the team just yesterday. Eric Yang is 3 for 3 today,
Catcher, Yang.
batting a healthy .714 in these 2 games. Eric Yang's first hit as a Rogue came last night against the Lincoln Potters. It's a double he'd eventually come around to score when Jaden Hanna doubled him home. Looks like we have a pinch runner for the Rogues. Johnny De La Cruz comes in for Dante Gutierrez. So the Rogues trying to add a little speed on the base paths. De La Cruz, one of the fastest players on the team. And we'll see if they put on the stolen base here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Pitch to Eric Yang, hit foul down the first base side. Got a lot of it, but it goes foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Eric Yang. Eric Yang is a freshman from West Hills, California. The Rogues have some terrific catchers on this roster, let me tell you. Here's the pitch. That one plunks him. That was a heater that plunked Eric Yang. Thankfully, he was wearing his elbow guard. That would have hurt if that hit skin and bone. Didn't seem to be malicious from Lincoln Clayton, but that was a heater right at Eric Yang. Obviously not intentional, especially with the game situation as it is. 1-run game with the hit batter that moves Johnny De La Cruz into scoring position, and with 2 out, we have a pinch hitter for Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Number 10, Lowry.
Batting for Clay Valenzuela-Reese, number 10, Connor Lowry. And that's the luxury that this team has. They are so deep. Anyone that they bring up to pinch hit is exactly the guy you want in that situation. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-1 game. Your Rogues on top here in the top of the 8th. Connor Lowry at the dish. Looked at a first pitch strike from Lincoln Clayton. Lowry comes into the game batting .291. Shown some real veteran leadership in this team, batting anywhere from the top, 3rd, 4th, anywhere the coach needs him. Getting the night off from center field today, pinch hitting for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. That pitch is swung on, fouled back, and the count is 0-2 quickly to Connor Lowry. So we're set. Lowry with the 0-2 count. Takes the ball in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Santini. 1-2 now, the count to Connor Lowry. Johnny De La Cruz at second, pinch running for Dante Gutierrez. Eric Yang at first, hit by a pitch. This all coming with 2 outs. See if the Rogues can make something of it. That pitch is in the dirt again and blocked nicely again by Santini. So a couple nice defensive plays by J.C. Santini to keep the ball in front of him and keep the runners off of second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. For Connor Lowry in the top of the 8th inning, 2-1, your Rogues on top. Here's the pitch. Outside, and Connor Lowry has worked himself a full count after being down 0-2 to start this at bat. Lincoln Clayton gets the sign. We're set. Runners will be moving. Here they go. That pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Connor Lowry goes down swinging. And that ends the threat for the Rogues. But the Rogues are still on top. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues leading 2-1 here in Marysville over the Gold Sox. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com. Brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back after a quick commercial break. Welcome back to Colusa Casino Stadium. You are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on medfordrogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Scotty Wright still on the mound for your Medford Rogues. Home half of the 8th inning. We're getting close to the end in this one. Rogues on top, 2-1. So there were some switches in the top half of the inning. Johnny De La Cruz ran for Dante Gutierrez. Braden Stutzman is in for Clay Valenzuela Reese at third base. Johnny De La Cruz out in left. Johnny De La Cruz is at first, replacing Dante Gutierrez. And I don't have my knockler, so I can't see who's out there in left. Probably Connor Lowry. That was Devin Pettingill on the mound. It was a third strike swing that was dropped by Eric Yang. And Pettingill, with that speed, managed to leg it out. And so the tying run is on the bases for the Marysville Gold Sox.
Number 7, Justin Cooney.
So you have Caleb Smith, Connor Lowry, and Jake Helwig in the outfield. Braden Stutzman, Davis DeLorfus, Jaden Hanna, and Johnny De La Cruz are your infield. Scotty Wright on the mound. Justin Cooney Silk steps up to the batter's box. With no one out, runner at first in a one-run game, bottom of the 8th inning. Wright gets the sign from Yang. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt was Cooney Silk, pulls back, still a called strike. Count is 0-1. Showing bunt again is Cooney Silk. He gets it down. Only play is at first. It's a high throw. Throws off the mark. Johnny De La Cruz had to jump off the bag to make that catch. And everybody's safe. So trouble brewing for the Rogues. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And up to bat, the designated hitter, Dalton Maxwell, who has the only RBI for the Gold Sox in this game. And that'll warrant a quick mound visit from Eric Yang. Gonna go over the signs with Scotty Wright.
And that'll bring up Dalton Maxwell, the designated hitter. While Yang goes out and talks to the pitcher on the mound, Maxwell goes over to the third base.
Dalton Maxwell has a hit, an RBI, and a strikeout today.
Do I lay down a bunt? Do I hit for the bleachers?
A lot of different options here for Dalton Maxwell. Does he just try to lay down the bunt, move the runners over, play small ball, or are we going for it? He is going to try and lay down the bunt. It nicked him in the knee, but he was showing bunt, so it's a called strike. Interesting. It may either hit him maybe on the hand or the knee, I'm not sure, but he was showing bunt, and it's a strike. So 0-1 to Dalton Maxwell. Showed bunt on the first pitch. We'll see what happens here. Showing bunt again. Here's the pitch from Wright. Gets it down, but it's foul. And the count's 0-2. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 on for the Gold Sox in a 1-run game. Rogues on top, 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Maxwell showing bunt again with 2 strikes, pulls back, looks at a off-speed pitch that is outside, ball 1. Scotty Wright gets set. Here's the pitch to Maxwell. Swung on and hit to the first baseman. He's going to get one at first. Throws over to second. In time to get the runner. Double play. What a great play by Johnny De La Cruz. Just got into the game playing first base. Made a great play down the line on first. Steps on the bag. Fires it over to the shortstop, Davis DeLorfis, to tag the runner. So 2 outs. Runner at third, though. Tying run just 90 feet from home. Pitching coach Christian Coronado is coming out to have a quick conversation with Scotty Wright and Eric Yang. Great play. You could really see the poise, the veteran presence by Johnny De La Cruz. Didn't rush, calmly stepped on the bag for one, delivered an accurate throw over to second base in time to turn 2. So Christian Coronado heads back to the dugout, and it looks like we're ready. First baseman Brock Efan steps in, right-handed batter. Efan is 1 for 1 with a walk. That first pitch is a curveball from right in there for a strike. 0-1. Runner just 90 feet from home. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Devin Pettingell, who scored the only run of the game for the Gold Sox, is just 90 feet from home. He represents the tying run. But Brock Efan is 1 strike away from heading back to the dugout. That pitch is swung on, just fouled off. Efan stays alive. Count stays at 0-2. The Rogues started out this inning, well, it was 2 on, nobody outs. Here in the bottom of this 8th inning. Next pitch is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Scotty Wright gets out of the jam. What terrific pitching from Scotty Wright. So the Rogues work out of a 2 on, nobody out jam. What a terrific play just by everybody on the team. Scotty Wright making some terrific pitches. Johnny De La Cruz making terrific plays at first base. That's what I call Rogues baseball. We head to the top half of the 9th inning. Your Rogues are still leading 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream from Colusa Casino Stadium in Marysville. Your Rogues are on top 2-1 in the 9th inning. Jake Helwig got the dish, 2-0 the count. This live stream brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Lincoln Clayton on the mound for the Potters. That pitch is fouled back by Helwig. 2-1 the count. The Potters had 2 on and nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Scotty Wright and company managed to get out of the inning. Jake Helwig showed bunt. Not sure what was going on there. Pulled back in time, though. Count is 3-1. Jake Helwig takes a practice swing, now comes back set. Clayton comes in. That pitch is low, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Jake Helwig.
Other scores around the league. In the bottom of the 8th, Portland.
And that'll bring up Caleb Smith. Thank you, Ariana, for the kind words. I do really appreciate it. Feels like every day I'm doing this, I'm getting more and more comfortable behind the mic. It really is an honor bringing Rogues baseball to all of you listening at home, no matter where you are. First pitch to Caleb Smith is outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count, 2-1. Your Rogues on top. Jake Helwig at first. Caleb Smith at the plate. Little bit of a breeze blowing from right to left field. We'll see if that comes into play. Caleb Smith shows bunt, tries to pull back. Think it just tipped his bat. Nope, he pulled back. So 2-0 the count to Caleb Smith. Pickoff attempt tried. That was a great pickoff move by Lincoln Clayton, but Jake Helwig is back in time. Wasn't too far off the base. Lincoln Clayton has an arm on him. That ball rockets out of his arm. Caleb Smith chops that one foul off the third base side. Count is 2-1. 2-2 the count, excuse me. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Your Rogues are on top. 2-1. This is the first game of a 3-game series between the Rogues and the Marysville Gold Sox. Next pitch is a pickoff attempt. Man, Lincoln Clayton has a great pickoff move. Helwig was back in time, but really keeping Helwig on his toes. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Rogues. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Gold Sox. Still a 1-run game. Been the same score since the 3rd inning, but it's been a great game. Next pitch is a called strike. And as I thought, now the count is 2-2. Helwig at first. Nobody out, top of the 9th inning to Caleb Smith, 2-2 the count. Another pickoff move. Helwig back in time again. Lincoln is very, very aware of Helwig at first. Now comes home. It's a high off-speed pitch. So it's a full count now to Caleb Smith. Clayton getting the sign from J.C. Santini. Sets. Comes home. Helwig takes off, and it's ball 4. So now the Rogues have 2 on and nobody out, and we'll see if they can't take advantage. Gold Sox weren't able to back in the bottom of the 8th. And it looks like we're going to have a quick conversation on the mound between the pitching coach, the pitcher, and the catcher just to see what they're going to do. Change up the signs with the runner on second. Fans, I'd like to tell you about one of my favorite sandwich shops in Medford. It's called Heroes. You use all fresh ingredients. Their bread is delicious. When I'm in the mood for a sub, I go to Heroes Sandwich Shop. Heroes. Eat like a hero. So it looks like we're all ready here to get things back underway. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the top of the 9th inning in a 1-run game, Davis DeLorphis at the dish. Caleb Smith and Jake Helwig both walked. DeLorphis tried to bunt it, but it rolled foul. No balls and 1 strike. And that's something that I've noticed with this team. It doesn't matter if you're the 1-hitter or the 9-hitter. If you're in a situation to bunt, they're probably going to put it on. Hogan and the crew like to play small ball, like to scrap runs across. It's worked for them so far. Rogues are in first place in the Great West League. Bunt is brought down. Great bunt. DeLorphis thrown at it first, but does the job. Sends the runners over to second and third. Jake Helwig at third. Caleb Smith at second. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Jaden Hanna. Hanna walked, but does not have a hit, and his 6-game hitting streak is in jeopardy. Sure, he would love to get one here, give the Rogues some insurance runs. One out, runners at third and second. First pitch to Hanna is a called strike, 0-1. On deck, the number 3 hitter, Braden Stutzman, who is also 0 for 3 with a walk. 0 for 2 with a walk, excuse me. Hanna sets, looks at a fastball for a strike. Count is 0-2. Hanna settles back in. Lincoln Clayton gets the sign from the catcher. Here's the pitch. That is just high. 1-2 the count. 2 runs, 6 hits on 2 errors for the Rogues. 1 run, 4 hits on 2 errors for the Gold Sox. Runners at second and third for the Rogues. Both runners, both Helwig and Smith, reached on walks. Lincoln looks over at third, now comes home, swung on and missed, and down goes Hanna. So 2 down now in the top of the 9th inning, and barring something miraculous, that'll end Jaden Hanna's 6-game hitting streak. No better opportunity to start a new one than tomorrow. And that'll bring up Braden Stutzman, who is looking for his first hit as a Rogue. Stutzman, the left-handed hitter, swinging at the first pitch and missing strike 1. 2 outs. Jake Helwig at third. Caleb Smith at second. And I'm sure Hogan and crew would love some insurance runs here. Make the 9th inning just a little easier. Here's the next pitch. Outside. Counts even, 1 apiece. First base is open if they want to walk Braden Stutzman. Next pitch is in there for a strike. 1-2. Good pitch. First base is available. However, on deck, Alex Isola. Probably the last hitter you want to see. Here's the pitch. That one's down. 2-2. So, the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, 2-1 game, top of the 9th inning. Braden Stutzman at the dish. Jake Helwig at third, Caleb Smith at second. The game possibly hanging in the balance right here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So the Rogues fail to capitalize on the 2-on, nobody out situation. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Your Rogues are on top by a score of 2-1. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. Stick around. Should be a fun ending. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream, live from Colusa Casino Stadium in Marysville, California. We are in the bottom of the 9th inning. Your Rogues are on top, 2-1. We have a pitching change for your Rogues. Coming in for the save, number 26, Brady Smith. Smith, hailing from Riverside, California, pitches for Cal State San Marcos. And he'll face the third baseman, Bo McClintock, shortstop Jason Dicochea, not sure, and left fielder Caden Goldby. But right now, Bo McClintock versus Brady Smith. That first pitch outside, ball 1. I think we finally dipped under 100 degrees here in Marysville. Next pitch is outside, 2-0 quickly to Bo McClintock. Starting pitchers for the game, the Rogues, Medford's own Dylan Pierce going 6 strong innings, giving up just 4 hits, 1 earned run, striking out 6. On the other side for the Potters, Sam Leach went 7, giving up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 4. That pitch is hit. It is going to be caught by the right fielder, Jake Helwig. A sliding grab ranging over to his left. What a great play by Jake Helwig. Jake Helwig ran that route perfectly. Made the catch diving on his knees. That is a huge play. And that'll bring up shortstop Jason Dicochea. No matter how you pronounce it. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Dicochea 0 for 3 on the evening, batting an even 200 on the year. 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Brady Smith with the pitch, high and outside. 1-1 the count.
1-1 the count now to Dicochea. And Caden Goldby on deck for the Gold Sox. Down by 1 run. Hoping to get something going here. It's rally time.
Brady Smith fires. That pitch is way outside. Oh, my goodness. I mean, that one, he must have just held onto it for just a hair too long. That pitch was way outside. No harm, no foul. The catcher, Eric Yang, didn't even bother reaching for it. Just let it pass by him. It was a solid 2-3 feet out. Taking a quick break, Alex is adjusting his catching gear. Now he's all set back in the crouch. 2-1 the count to Jason Dicochea. Brady set, fires. That one is in there for a strike. 2-2.
Taking all the way was Dicochea. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 9th.
Here's the pitch from Brady Smith. That is called strike.
And that'll be the second strike
DiCochea was on his way to first. DiCochea leaned out of the way thinking that it was in, but it's a called strike. Here's the pitch from Smith. Swung on, just got a piece, and that one hit Alex Yang. He's going to take a second. Ouch. Jeff Lyle coming over to check on Eric Yang. He's walking around, just got a little piece of that ball. The ball got a piece of him, rather. Brady Smith is a hard thrower, and pitch was fouled back, so it was fired right at Alex Isola. Looks like it hit him either on the mask or the upper chest plate area. He's okay, just catching his breath, walking it off. Such is the life of a catcher. 3-2 the count to Jason DiCochea. 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Your Rogues are on top, 2-1. Brady Smith on the mound gets the sign from Yang, sets, fires. That one is fouled back, and we'll do this again. Brady is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul, tipped, just got a piece of it, did Jason DiCochea. I think he's giving me an opportunity to get his name right. I'm trying, Jason, I'm trying. Full count, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning, 1-run game. Brady Smith sets, fires home. That one is hit softly to the left side of the field. Giving chase is the third baseman, Braden Stutzman. Can't make the play, lands foul, and we'll do this again. Jason DiCochea battling right now. DiCochea is showing some real tenacity at the plate, making Brady Smith earn it. Smith looks in, gets the sign from Yang, now sets, fires. That one is hit through the left side of the field. So, Jason DiCochea gutted it out. Stayed alive, finally got a pitch he could hit. It's a single through the left side of the field. And the Marysville Gold Sox have the tying run on base. Stepping up, left fielder Caden Goldby. First pitch to Goldby is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Yang. DiCochea not running on the pitch. Do have to be very wary, though, of the hit and run, the run and hit. You know the Gold Sox would love to have a runner in scoring position right now. 1 out, 1-0 the count to Goldby. That one's over his head, and that is going to roll back to the backstop. A great throw by Eric Yang, but not in time to get DiCochea. That pitch went over the head of Caden Goldby. The structure of the backstop, the ball bounced right back to Eric Yang, turned around, immediately fired over to second. Jason DiCochea did not hesitate, and that's the only reason he's safe, because that was a terrific throw on the money, but just a hair late. So now the tying run is in scoring position for the Gold Sox, with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-0 the count to Caden Goldby. Brady Smith looks back, now comes home. That one's inside. 3-0. And very quickly, the Rogues bullpen gets up and starts getting loose. When Brady's missed, he's missed very wide. Here's the pitch. That one's high, ball 4. So, runners on first and second now for the Rogues. Or, excuse me, for the Gold Sox. Coming up now is the catcher, J.C. Santini.
looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Gold Sox.
It's actually going to be a pinch hitter.
It is number 11, and that's Darryl Dahl, who is usually the designated.
Pinch hitting for J.C. Santini, number 11, Darryl Dahl. Christian Coronado coming out, having a conversation with Brady Smith. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning in a 1-run game. I'm sure all of you are on the edge of your seats. I am too here at Colusa Casino Stadium in Marysville. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. So now the umpire is going to come on and have a quick conversation. We're going to step away just for a quick second. Nope, I take that back. Quick conversation for the home plate ump, the pitching coach Christian Coronado and Brady Smith. It looks like we're all set to go. So Darryl Dahl, who's batting .300 on the year, steps in to the left-hander's batting box to face Brady Smith. Bottom of the 9th inning, runners on second and first. Just 1 out. Brady Smith now steps off, takes a moment to collect himself. Game has really slowed down in these final few innings. Brady Smith looks back at second, now comes home. First pitch is low, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Just catches the outside part of the plate. Counts even 1 apiece. 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Jason DiCochea at second. Caden Goldby at first. Pitch hitting for the catcher J.C. Santini, Darryl Dahl. Here's the pitch from Smith. Swung on a high pop-up. Let's see if it's playable. Stutzman and the left fielder Connor Lowry coming over. It lands into the stands. No play. Great effort, guys, but let's head back to our defensive positions and do this again. 1-2 the count now to Darryl Dahl. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Rogues. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Gold Sox. Here in Game 1 of a 3-game series in Marysville at Colusa Casino Stadium. Smith looks back at second, now comes home. High and outside, counts even, 2-2. So there is some action in the Rogues bullpen, and I had to double check because the man throwing in the bullpen is wearing number 14. But I know number 14 belongs to Jordan Reagan. Here's the pitch from Brady Smith, way outside, 3-2. Brady Smith's throwing hard, but when he's missing, he is missing very wide. So there must have been a jersey swap that I wasn't made aware of. Coach Hogan likes to keep me on my toes. But Brady Smith's on the mound right now, full count, and that's low, and the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Brady Smith loads the bases. Jason DiCochea at third, Caden Goldby at second, Darryl Dahl at first. And it looks like that's going to be it for Brady Smith. He just didn't have it today. We have a pinch hitter for Keaton Glover. That's Brad Horowitz.
Number 10.
We're going to take just a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. We have a pitching change for Brady Smith. Number 14 is on the mound for the Medford Rogues. My eyes do not deceive me. Jordan Reagan, if you're still listening to us, what are you doing? I was under the impression that Jordan Reagan, was at home resting a sore elbow.
And we're back here at Colusa Casino Stadium, bottom of the ninth inning, and it is a 1-2 lead. The Rogues have a
No matter who's pitching on the mound for the Rogues, the bases are juiced for the Gold Sox in a one-run game.
Medford Rogues have a new pitcher in number 14, but nobody knows the name of the new pitcher.
We're going to call this new pitcher Kevin. I think that's a great name for him. Kevin is going to get a quick mound visit from Eric Yang, figure out what they want to do with the pinch hitter Brad Horowitz, pinch hitting for Keaton Glover. Jason DiCochea at third, Caden Goldby at second, Daryl Dahl at first. 1 out, bottom of the ninth inning. Your Rogues are on top, 2-1, trying to hold on and escape with the win. Kevin is a right-hander, sporting some very fancy socks. Gets the sign from Eric Yang. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit deep. That is going to be caught by Jake Helwig. They're going to send the runner, and the throw is in time to get him. What a throw by Jake Helwig to gun out the runner at first, and the Rogues win the game. Jake Helwig makes a terrific throw from right field, gunning down Jason DiCochea at the plate. Eric Yang tags him out at the plate. Wow! Your Rogues win 2-1. What a thrilling ending.
Rogues win on questionable call, 2-1.
And, you know, I have to say it, number 14, Kevin, gets the save.
Medford 2, Marysville 1.
Dylan Pierce, your winning pitcher.
Series tomorrow night at 7:05.
Sam
Hope you can join us. Thanks to Dave Bravo
Leach,
here, and to Kurt back at the station.
Sam Leach,
Losing pitcher.
tough luck loser.
Losing pitcher.
Leach pitched 7 innings, giving up just 2 earned runs, but he takes the loss. Dylan Pierce, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. Earns the win. Number 14, who I can only assume is named Kevin,
Medford 2.
picks up the save.
1.
What a terrific ending here in Marysville.
7:05 p.m.
We are back tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. right here on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. Thank you all so much for joining us. Pre-game show will be at 6:55 p.m. back at Colusa Casino Stadium. For the entire Rogues broadcast team, I am Jonathan Kerman. Good night.
Management change there.